Hello, welcome to Edward's Greenhouse. Thank you for being here with us on this video class, one of my favorite classes that we do in the fall, the unicorn pumpkin class. So in your bag of goodies, what you will get is you will get a glue gun with glue sticks, and this glue gun you will be using to put all of your different dried flowers and your succulents and whatnot, gluing it onto the top of your pumpkin. So you also have your pumpkin in there, and your flower kit of dried flowers and succulents. Everybody will have, as far as succulents, will have sempervivums. They're also known as hens and chicks, and they are a hardy perennial here. They're very hardy, really easy to grow, and will last a really long time outside of water. That's why they're perfect for the crown. And you'll also get, with this, they're really easy to propagate. So you'll also get a little container of dirt for like succulent mixture of dirt, and 2 little pots. So after you've enjoyed the succulents on your unicorn pumpkin, you can take them out and pot them up in these and propagate them and give them as a gift, or plant them in the spring and they will come back year after year. They're also excellent succulent because they create the chicks, the little babies, so they're really easy to pull apart and propagate. They're a perfect succulent for this craft. That's why I've chosen them. So you'll also get, you'll have a little bit of ribbon that you will just pull off the top of your package, but set that aside, and we can use it later for any other little, if you want to add it to your unicorn pumpkin, you can. So if you want to set that aside, you can. And then I also have the tissue paper in here. You can use it as a base on your table so you don't make too much of a mess and get glue on your table. So also you'll get a cute little bag of all sorts of all the bits and pieces of that you'll be adding to the face of the unicorn. So you will get a horn, which is just a fun glitter paper that I got at Joann's, or you could get at any craft store, and I just used the glue and just truly roll it up at the corner and make a horn. I've pre-made them for you just so it's easier in the kit, but if you're ever wanting to do more of these unicorn pumpkins, all of this stuff is pretty easily available at any craft shop. There's also about 10 of these cute little hearts that are the glitter paper too. I just used a little stamp that I got at a craft store, and that is going to be your nose, little kind of Care Bear nose or bunny nose, but much easier than what we did in the past where it was 2 little round dots. That was really easy to lose. So I gave you multiple hearts, so if you lose one, there's multiple ones that you can add as all sorts of decoration. And then you'll also have your eyes. You can see I've already put them on this one, but the eyes and eyelashes, people, I've seen them put them every which way. You can put them the opposite way too if you have a sleepy unicorn, or upwards. But this is actually a vinyl that we cut away in Cricut. If you have Cricut, also you can get it at a craft store. Or in the past we've also done glitter glue or Sharpies, gold Sharpies. All that will work if you're gonna make unicorn pumpkins beyond this one. And then you'll have all these cute little rainbow stars, some big ones and little ones that you can add at the side of the eyes, and just for fun, just to really doll up your unicorn pumpkin. And then you have some felt ears, and then the inside of the ear. So you should have a set of those. Just for ease of cleanliness, I'm using florist glue. They're basically the same difference. This is much cleaner and safer to use with the little ones, but definitely this should be an activity that parents do. I would say with children under, 8 years old, just because this tip of this gets hot really quickly. But this is an excellent craft glue gun that hopefully you can use on many more crafts to come. you will want to start with your pumpkin. The pumpkin is all cleaned off. I always make sure to clean it. And some people will soak it in a little vinegar water too. That sometimes helps it last longer. But these pumpkins last quite a long time. So this pumpkin here is a casparita. So if you want to grow these like mid-sized pumpkins, this casparita is perfect, I think, for the unicorn pumpkin. There's also the tinier ones called the baby boos. But we carry all of these in the spring, but they're also really easy to grow from seed. And a very fun and rewarding project to do with kids. So next year, put it in your list for seeds next year to something to grow. You'll get a really nice harvest out of them and have a fun craft to do this time of year. So Casparitas is the name of this little cute medium-sized white pumpkin. The first thing you want to make sure is where you're going to place the eyelashes. So, and where you're going to put the horn. So you need to remember that you kind of want it balanced, and your nose, so either you want to glue the nose first and then your eyelashes from there, and that will just help you center kind of how it's going to look. You could do it any way, but I always like to put the eyelashes, I like to put the nose right in the middle between the two ribs, and then the eyelashes to either side of that. But you do whatever works for you too. So, but it's just a good thing to keep in mind when you're first getting started. So I might put the nose on there right now. I already have my eyelashes. I pre-did those. They're a little tricky. Definitely might want to help the little ones, parents, with that task. But the vinyl sticks pretty good on there. So I'm gonna put the nose on. Got our eyelashes on there. Cute little face. Alright, so next what I would do is the horn. It's totally up to you. I like to put it just a little forward. It just gives it kind of more of a unicorn look, especially once you get the crown on. But however you do works either way if you just do it straight up and down. So this is where you're going to use your glue. What I do with your glue gun, I just put the glue all in there. And then also with your glue gun, you kind of want to do this somewhat quickly, but the glue gun's a little easier to work with than this florist glue, but then put a little bit on the unicorn, on the horn. And it's okay to make a mess at this point because we're going to cover all of that up with all of our fun flowers and our succulents. So don't worry if this part is messy. So there we go. We've got the horn on there, the eyes, the nose. I've never done a smile, but if you want to get out a marker and put a little smile on there, you can, but yeah, it's totally up to you. So as far as the crown goes, this is really a fun, creative part of it. What I've done as far as the succulents go, the hens and chicks, is I've given you one that's a little bit bigger for the center, and then two mid-sized ones for the side, and then two little ones at the very end. So you should have 5 of these hens and chicks for the crown. And you have, I didn't count out all the different dried flowers, but you should have a really nice selection and more than enough to play with. So if you want to save it for another craft, you can. I just wanted to give you some different options to play with. So one of the fun dried flowers that you have in your little box of goodies is straw flower. And it is a wonderful cut flower, annual in our zone, and very easy to grow and dries amazingly, and it really holds that color. So we have some yellow and pink and burgundy of that straw flower. And then we also have some hydrangea. Hydrangea is a wonderful perennial shrub in our zone. Really easy to grow, gorgeous in the garden. One of our favorites here at Edwards, and you can see all the dried, beautiful hydrangeas behind me. We're also doing a hydrangea wreath class, so there's lots of fun uses for hydrangea. And so we have a little bit in here for the main, just a little addition. And then also what's wonderful and easy to grow in here, it's a easy cut flower to grow, easy to grow from seed. An annual is Gomphrena. Comes in lots of beautiful bright colors, and it also dries very easily like the straw flower does. A really fun one, great in cut flowers, great for drying. And then I've also put some amaranth in here. Just thought it was kind of fun. That can be added to the main. If you see black little dots on your piece of paper, don't worry, it's probably just seed. So you could even save seed if you want to. This is also a great cut flower, easy to grow, an annual. So something to think about growing next year, fun thing to do together as a family, and really pretty easy. You don't need a whole lot of room to grow a few really beautiful things that you can enjoy all throughout the summer and then bring inside for crafts. So you also have some moss. This is just preserved lichen, and it's just, I just added it for fun, just a little extra. This is Spanish moss, and it's great. You see it growing in the south from trees, but we get it in just to kind of hide the dirt and pots and whatnot, but I think it's just a fun thing to start with. I just use a little of it. A little goes a long way. You can use it in all sorts of different things. Tula's under the table, our dog Tula. Greenhouse dog. Anyway, so you'll use your glue gun again, and just a little bit of glue on there, just as kind of a little nest to nestle all your flowers in. And you don't have to use this if you don't like the look of it. Like I said, it's all truly up to you. There's more than enough here for your unicorn pumpkin. You could probably make a couple, so. But yeah, I like to give everybody lots of options. And I mean, this is all the fun part of just playing and seeing what you want to do, what kind of personality you want to give your pumpkin. Because it's going to be really important to give it a personality, because you definitely have to name it. I think. That just adds to it. So I'm just adding the amaranth in the back. I thought it'd be cute if it's hanging from the back. So with your glue gun, you can put a little glue in there and then a little glue at the tip. Get in there and it should hold tight. Cute. And then I'm going to put my hydrangeas probably kind of up front as a background of the crown. But truly all up to you on how you want to design your unicorn's mane. Loving it. All right. So I might actually start to put the crown in just at the base. Yeah, you can just play around and kind of see how you want it to look before you actually glue it in. like I said, we all have a different aesthetic, so you can do it balanced in color if you want. I'm kind of doing a little asymmetrical thing, but so there we go. We have those straw flowers there. They have such a presence. I really wanted them up front. And then I think I am gonna put my little hens and chicks right up front as the true form of the crown. So at the very end of this, I will show you how, after you've put these in here, they'll be really easy to take out. They hold, no problem. You can see the roots that are in there. So you don't want to get rid of all of that. You want to leave that on there because it'll help it root in or later when you plant them on. And I'll show you how you'll do that after you enjoy your unicorn pumpkin. But if you need to clip a little off, go ahead, that's fine. Just leave some of the roots on there. Like I said, I just gave you a bigger one. I'm putting that one in the center. I'm going to put the two in between sizes, middle size on the side. You can see why the glue gun is perfect for this. And when we first did it, people thought we were going to plant in there, but I don't want to mess around with trying to carve out one of these little guys. And this also just lasts so much longer. The first year I did this class, I kept my display one around. I just put it back in the box of all my, crafts for this project, and it looked almost as good as it did. It lasted a whole year. Nothing. The pumpkin was fine. Everything just looked like, yeah. The pumpkin was a little bit more yellow, but other than that, everything had held up really well. Besides, the succulents were a little leggy because they didn't have light, but this will last quite a long time. Cute. I'm already loving it so much. So I'm going to use everything up just for fun. So I'm going to put my gomphrena in the back. She's adorable. Look at that. Alright. And then you have all your other fun little things you can add. You have all these cute little star stickers. I like putting a few on the side of the eyes. You might save a few for yourself. That'll be fun. Save a few for your Halloween costume as a unicorn. Or just to bedazzle your face, why not? So now there's her little bedazzlement on the side of her eyes. You can add more if you want. I'm probably going to just leave it at this, but yeah, go for it. There's all sorts of fun hearts you could do for the cheeks or put in the crown if you want. All this is there for you to have fun with. So now that we have that all in there, you can get your ears in there. So this is going to be a little bit more of a trick. You want to just make sure to nestle them in there on the side. So just put a little bit of glue with your glue gun. right on there. Cute. It might also be a good idea to put a little glue in here and glue that on there. Alright. Cute. Alright, so there we have it. This is the cutie that I made up today. I'm pretty happy with her. She's super colorful. I've decided to name her Beatrice. And she give you lots of enjoyment and fun to share with everybody, even on your Instagram, whatever you want to do there. But yeah, she's just going to give you lots of holiday cheer. So I hope you have enjoyed this craft today. If you have any questions, just give us a little shout out on the comments below and we will get back to you as soon as we can. But yeah, I hope you've had a great time and we were glad that you joined us today. So now that we've enjoyed our cute little unicorn pumpkin for a bit, maybe we want to move on to the next season. It's getting Christmassy. There'll be all sorts of other fun things. Maybe that'll be a class in the future that we could add to make her look more festive for the holidays. But if you want to save these succulents, I want to show you how you do that. So let me show you. In your kit, hopefully you've set these aside and not forgot where you put them. You have your soil here, and it's got a little bit more perlite in it, which is really good for succulents. It helps with aeration. So there should be enough soil for 2 of these tiny little pots and for your little succulents to root in and grow in. So I don't have water with me here, but what I would suggest is that the next step you do is to water both of these in, fill water up to the top, let it drain through, and do that 3 times so the soil's wet all the way through. That will just make less of a mess after you put the plants in there. So we've had that. We have like moistened, damp soil in there, and then we're just gonna, I've set these aside, but it will be super easy to take these out. They'll probably have gotten a little leggy even, and you're just going to pull those out. You might want to pull off some of that glue that's on them. Depending on how long they've been on the unicorn, they'll have little roots on the sides and whatnot. So as long as you have that, and even if you don't have any roots coming off of there, it's not a problem. You can still stick them right into the soil. So yes, after you've pulled it off, it may look like that, or it may look like this. Either way, it's fine to get in that soil. So all you do, simply, you might even cut it down a little bit, but if it's pretty stiff, it'll be easy to get into the soil. And you're just going to push them in the soil like that. I like to clean up the dead leaves. It's okay if you accidentally pull the roots away, because it will root in. There we go. Alright, so you will have had 5 of those hens and chicks, and so you can put 2 in one and 3 in the other. And since the soil is pretty moist, it should be fine. You shouldn't have to water it for another day or so, and you'll just want to check in on it. It'd probably be best to slowly, carefully put a little water in there. Don't pour on the plants or you'll make them rot from the inside out. But you can either pour a little water inside there, or you could spritz them. Just be careful to not spritz the plant too much, and just keep that soil evenly moist. And after a week or so, in a sunny window, you'll pull on them, you'll tug on them, and if you feel resistance, they've rooted in there. So Yeah, and then they make a wonderful little gift too if you want, or you can save them and plant them in your garden, and they're a great perennial. So I'm going to show you how to do a bow real quick. When you untie your bag of goodies, you'll want to save these two things, and I can show these two pieces of ribbon, and I can show you how to do this in the future for all different uses. So we'll set that aside. We have this here. So basically what you're going to do is create loops back and forth. This might look a little funny because I am left-handed, so I'm probably doing it the opposite way of you unless you're left-handed. But I think you'll get the gist of it, and it does take just a little bit of practice, but practice makes perfect, and I promise you'll get it. So what I first start to do is pinch one loop and leave a little tail on the side, and I'm pinching right in the middle, and this, in between our fingers will be the middle axis. With a bigger ribbon you might twist, and the reason why you twist is so you don't have so much bunched between your fingers. Then you will create another loop and push it in there between your two fingers. Hold on to it tight. You could do a little twist again if you want. Not necessary when it's a smaller ribbon, but a bigger ribbon, it does really help. And then we're just going to keep doing that back and forth. A little ribbon is probably good practice too. It's a little more difficult just because it's tiny, but you might have to do it a few times just to get a hang of it in your hands, but trust me, you'll pick it up quick. Alright, so now you have it bunched together. There's all sorts of things you can do from here. We often use wire, and that's what we'll put in a foiled, ribbon and bow on a plant. But what I like to do often is just use another little piece of ribbon. You might need a little help for this, so that somebody could hold it while the other person ties it around. But if you're just kind of practice enough, you get a hang of it. It's a little easier too on like a package, kind of get a hang of it, but just keep trying to hold that center bit of it together, and then tie together in the middle. It's definitely tricky. Sometimes putting it on a surface will make it easier once you get closer. There we go. Now we've made a bow that we can put on a package. We can put it in our cute little finished unicorn's hair. Glue that in, all adorable like, or however you like. It's just a fun skill to have, and really with a little bit of practice, really pretty easy to do. Again, I hope you have had a great time, and thank you for participating in this craft with us.